What is actually in it, and how much money is available for a fourth stimulus check and possibly even monthly recurring payments? That's exactly what we're going to cover in this video, so let's get into it. But before we do, if you happen to be new or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so. And for those of you who have been watching for a while, no, I'm sorry, I do not have anything funny to say in this video in regards to hitting the subscribe button. But don't worry, I'm working on it. I'm still a new comedian. It's still new to me to work up my lines and everything, but yeah, thank you. I'm truly working on it. But seriously, I am not a comedian in any way, but I have been cracking a few jokes lately about hitting the subscribe button. So thank you. I really appreciate you, and I hope I can have something funny in the next video for you. But thanks again. You're awesome. Let's talk through this. So as all of you know, we've been talking about these couple packages floating around out there right now, right? The infrastructure package and this next stimulus package. Well, in this video, we want to talk about what is actually included in these things. We hear about trillions upon trillions of dollars of spending, but at the same time, many of us think, hello, you're spending like $4 or $5 trillion, but what is actually going to be in these packages? What is actually included? And in fact, I had a couple people reach out to me in regards to my video from this morning saying, sounds good, but what is actually in these packages? What are we getting for $4 trillion? Hey, good question. We're going to run through it in this video. And again, we're going to talk about the fourth stimulus check and, of course, the recurring monthly payments and how much money is actually available to add these things into the package. I think you're going to be a little bit surprised to see how much of a surplus of money we're actually going to have after everything is added into these packages. So let's run through this quickly. So we're going to talk about the first package first. I promise I'll make it quick because this is the one that's talking about infrastructure. All right. So the first package, the American Jobs Plan, otherwise known as the bipartisan bill. If they actually do it on a bipartisan basis, this is the one that has a price tag of $1.2 trillion over 8 years. Okay. Well, that one includes just like traditional infrastructure like roads, bridges, waterways, airports, canals, ports, drinking water, stuff like this, like traditional infrastructure, okay? So now that's $1.2 trillion. Remember that number. Well, you don't need to. I'll remember it for you. Don't worry. All right, so let's talk about the second package. This is the one that's called the stimulus package, otherwise known as the American Families Plan. Now, a lot of people have been wondering, okay, it's about $1.8 trillion of spending, but what are we getting for $1.8 trillion, right? Anytime I go to the store or I buy something, I always want to know, what am I getting in exchange for this money that I'm going to be spending with whoever I'm spending with, the business, the restaurant, whatever. What am I getting for my money, right? We always got to know, what are we getting? Well, it's still kind of up in the air as far as what we're completely getting out of the American Families Plan, but we do know a few things. So let me tell you what is currently in there as the framework as of right now. Like I said in my video this morning, we have the simple framework, like the foundation of the plan. However, the structure is soon going to be coming to be built on top of the foundation, and that is where all of the other goodies will be pulled right out of the goodie bag, like a old trick hat, and see if we can pull out a rabbit, right? All right, so let's see if we can pull out a rabbit called a fourth stimulus check. So there you go. That was not what I planned on saying, but here you go. I didn't say anything funny about hitting the subscribe button, but maybe the bunny and the hat thing was kind of funny. I don't know, probably not. But either way, all right, let's talk about this. So in the American Families Plan, otherwise known as the next stimulus package, includes 2 years of free college for basically anybody that wants to go to college. You could be 18 or you could be 80 or anywhere in between or even older. And if you wanted to, you could go back to college for 2 years, 100% free, paid for by the government. That is in the American Families Plan. There's also paid family and medical leave. This is something that they added into the plan. It's something new, and that's actually what they unveiled when they officially unveiled the plan. But yes, paid family and medical leave. There's also money in there for childcare. There's also money in there for expansion of Pell Grants, which is also for students to go back to college. And there's also money in there for expansion of the child tax credit for another 4 years. These are the monthly payments that families are going to start receiving here in a matter of just days. So yes, that's the basic foundation. Now I get it. There's more in there than just that, but that's like the basic foundation of the plan. All right, so let's add this up now. We have the bipartisan bill, $1.2 trillion. And we have the American Families Plan as its current state right now with about $1.8 trillion of a price tag. Total it all up, we get $4 trillion. Now, we also have Bernie Sanders, who is really pushing hard right now for Medicare expansion to include hearing, dental, and vision coverage, as well as lower the eligibility age down to 60. And they've even talked about 55, but I think the main point they're talking about right now is lowering it down to the age 60. Either way, this would cost about $600 billion, give or take a few little billions, but either way, about $600 billion. All right, so let's add it up now. 1.2 trillion plus 1.8 trillion plus $600 billion. So we come up with a price tag anywhere between $4 trillion and about $4.6 trillion. However, how much money is left over and still available to add a fourth stimulus check and possibly even monthly recurring payments? Good question. Let's talk about how much money they have allocated. We go back to Bernie Sanders once again. He is floating an idea of allocating $6 trillion for the next package. So let's subtract it out and do the math once again. $6 trillion that's being floated, plus let's just say $4.6 trillion to cover all the expenditures that they want added into these couple packages. Leaves us with a surplus of $1.4 trillion, right? I don't know about you, but I'll take it. Do you want some? I mean, I can probably share a little bit of the $1.4 trillion. I mean, I'm feeling a little generous. I'm sure I could throw out, a couple $100 million to everybody, probably, right? So, all right. It really wouldn't come out. I mean, I couldn't do a couple $100 million, but no, we could have some fun with that for sure. $1.4 trillion. All right, so here's the deal. We have a potential surplus of $1.4 trillion to play with, right? Well, according to my previous videos, not sure when I talked about this, but I've talked about it a couple times before. According to my calculations and what I've been calling on for so long now, a simple one-time fourth stimulus check in the amount of $2,000 focused on lower-income individuals with an annual income under $40,000. That would encompass about 105 million people. Well, if we take 105 million people multiplied by $2,000 would come out to $210 billion. Okay, remember, we have $1.4 trillion to work with, and we're asking for $210 billion. That's nothing. It's a teeny tiny fraction of what would potentially be available as a surplus. Get what I'm saying? So, the whole point behind all this and the math and the numbers is to point out that to send out a $2,000 stimulus check focused on low-income individuals would really cost virtually nothing compared to what they want to spend in all of these bills, right? These couple bills here, including the surplus that they would have left over. So, wow, really, it doesn't add up to all that much. Now, here's the thing. I totally get it. Everybody needs a fourth stimulus check immediately. Everybody needs monthly recurring payments or UBI. And everybody needs raises to their benefits like Social Security, SSDI, retirement, survivors, SSI, VA, RRB, and of course, low-income individuals need monthly payments or UBI. Got it. We need that. I truly understand that. But like I've said so many times before, I mostly say this on Twitter when I write back and forth to people, but here's the thing. Let's just focus on a bare minimum of a fourth stimulus check, because here's why. It would be so incredibly easy for them to add a fourth stimulus check into it. It would literally be a matter of one person writing up about a paragraph of text and adding it into the bill and say, boom, here you go, $2,000 focused on low-income individuals with an annual income under $40,000, including adult dependents, and also including, of course, everybody that receives federal benefits like Social Security, SSDI, SSI, VA, RRB, and we would also exclude child support from garnishing the payments. Boom, done. You can have it all done in like one paragraph. That's all they would need to do to add it in there. That's all they would have to do. It would be literally as simple as that. They could pass a fourth stimulus check so incredibly easy. It's like unbelievable how easy it could be for them to pass a fourth stimulus check if they actually wanted to do it. But that's the thing. Do they want to do it? Well, we do know that there are a lot of people in Congress that do actually want to do it. But they need to play their cards just right. Remember, they only have so many times they can use the budget reconciliation this year, which is only one more time, by the way, for at least a few more months. But they need to play their cards right. They can't just go out and pass a fourth stimulus check. I mean, in theory, they can if they really wanted to, but they have to couple it with a bunch of other things, right, to kind of wrap it up into different packages. So, yeah. It's basically just a big political game. Just like everything else, right? It's always a political game. But that's basically what it comes down to. It would be so easy for them to add a fourth stimulus check into it. That's why I continue coming back every single day saying, hey, let's focus on the fourth stimulus check. Let's get it done. Let's just do it. There's millions of Americans out there who are still struggling, who are low income, and who really need a fourth stimulus check. We can always come back and focus on monthly payments, UBI, and of course, raises to benefits. But right here, right now, the easiest path of least resistance for them to do anything would be to add a fourth stimulus check, and it would be so easy and cost virtually nothing, $210 billion. In a day and age when we're talking about trillions of dollars, $210 billion is not even that much money anymore, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a massive amount of money. I would take it any day of the week. But when we're talking about trillions, it's literally just a little fraction, right? So anyway, I hope this lays it out as far as what is in these plans on the table right now, what's going forward, and how much of a surplus would actually be left if we go through with the $6 trillion that Bernie Sanders has allocated, or that he has been floating anyway. And if we continue to move forward with all this and it's all in its current state, this is what it currently looks like. So we need to continue to keep the pressure on. We need to keep the momentum behind stimulus check number 4. As I've said so many times before, when we lose the momentum, we lose the game. Seriously, we need to keep it going. I know some people are annoyed by the fourth stimulus check talk. I know it, but here's the thing. We need to keep it going. As soon as we let go, we might as well just pack our bags and go home because then it's done, right? We need to keep it going. So I'm here for you. I want to keep this going, and I want to keep doing whatever I possibly can to continue to get attention on this until we get it, right? Just like I've said so many times before, if you want something in your life, how do you get it? Persistence. You keep pushing, and you keep pushing, and you keep working at it until you get it. Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes there's adversity. Sometimes there's hurdles. Sometimes there's heartache and headaches and crying and tears and blood and sweat. You know what I mean? But ultimately, if you continue to push on, you will ultimately get whatever you want in your life. You just got to keep going. And that's where I come in because I am persistent. I do not give up on pretty much anything. It's annoying sometimes. My family's like, dude, Matt, get a life. And I'm like, dude, leave me alone. I got a mission and I'm working toward it. You know what I mean? So anyway, thanks again, everybody. I really appreciate you. Just remember, I am here to help you. I want to do whatever I can to help all of you through this time. I know it's tough. I know there's people struggling. I see the comments every single day, and I just want to do my part to help you out. This is a free platform, totally free to post videos, totally free to watch my videos. I do not charge anybody anything. It is totally 100% free to be here and to watch my stuff. So thank you again. Please feel free to share my videos with your friends, family, social media. Check out any of my other videos here on the channel, which encompass over 1,200 videos. And of course, hit the subscribe button right down below the video. I'm not sure. I was trying to think of something really quickly to say that was funny, but yeah, still working on that. I'm not very good on the fly, apparently. All right. Enjoy your day, everybody. Thanks again. You're awesome. And I will see you again in the next video. And thank you again for your continued support. I really do appreciate it.